Hello, I'm Captain Patrick Jones, coming to you today from Ellsworth Air Force Base. Here today to talk about the Biomedical Science Corps. Today we're going to go over a couple different things, including what the Biomedical Science Corps is, different ways to get your commission through the Biomedical Science Corps, and ways that I got through it myself. So in general, the Biomedical Science Corps is a very diverse corps. It's broken up into 17 different specialties in 14 primary AFSCs. This includes everything from physical therapists to optometry, all the way through your pharmacists, your biomedical lab officers, your medical specialists, your clinical psychologists, your social workers. So as you can see, this list is pretty inclusive. Pretty much anything that's not a doctor, a nurse, or an administrative specialist gets lumped into the Biomedical Science Corps. For some of the different programs, each program has different requirements that are available, and each program has different routes to get commissioned into these fields. Up here is a list of different education requirements. By the time that you finish some of these programs, the education required that you will have to become a, for example, physician assistant, you'll need a master's degree. But during some of these programs, you will earn that degree in the program. Same thing with podiatry, optometry, clinical psychology, so on and so forth. So let's move into some of the specialized programs and ways to actually get commissioned through the Air Force. So with our enlisted commissioning programs, the Biomedical Science Corps has 3 very specific programs just to its corps alone. The IPAP program, or the Inter-Service Physician Assistant program, is the program that I actually went through. Being prior service myself, I was enlisted as an avionics technician, had no clue about what a physician assistant did. Luckily, at one of the bases, while I was working as a tech school instructor at Shepherd Air Force Base, I happened to meet a physician assistant that walked me through kind of what they do on a day-to-day basis, allowed me to shadow with them, and I get a better idea of what they do on a day-to-day basis. After spending some time with them, I knew that this was the program for me. It was a way for me to be able to diagnose, to prescribe medicines, and to help people on a daily basis, both military, dependents, and retirees, pretty much covering all TRICARE beneficiaries. This specific program, you have to have certain prerequisite requirements, which will all be listed in a link below that we will discuss on the next slide. So a lot of the education requirements are all going to be listed in the KX website, which will be listed below. There are going to be a very long packet. With the Inter-Service Physician Assistant program, you don't have to be a specific AFSC, you don't have to be prior medical to apply for this program, and the same thing with all of the programs that are going to be listed above. I myself was an avionics technician, as I discussed, and knew nothing about the Medical Service Corps, or the Biomedical Science Corps. I ended up talking to a physician assistant who gave me better instruction on things I needed to do to apply, and also sent me to the KX website so that I could download my information packet on the application process. There's a guide on there that's about 30 pages long that goes in depth about every step that you need to take to become a physician assistant in the military through the IPAP program. Other notes about the Inter-Service Physician Assistant program is once you apply to the program and get selected, it is a 2-phase program. There's going to be a didactic portion that's going to be basically bookwork for about 18 months. Once you graduated that program, you will earn your bachelor's degree. After that, you will move on to the clinical phase portion, which can be separated into 6 different major medical facilities across the Air Force, all continental US. You will finish your clinical rotations and learn a little bit about hands-on medicine while at these clinical sites. I feel like it's a great program, and at the very end of it, you earn a master's degree and get commissioned as a first lieutenant in the Biomedical Science Corps. Next is the PhD Clinical Psychology program at the Uniformed Services University of the Health Sciences. This program is USHIS out of Maryland. It's a medical program that you can apply for to become a clinical psychologist. It's like some of the other doctoral programs all available at USHIS. You basically need to apply for the program, get selected into the school, and then you can get your doctorate in clinical psychology. Next is your Army Baylor Doctor of Physical Therapy training program, which is going to be at Fort Sam Houston, the same place I did my didactic portion for the inter-service physician assistant program. We actually shared the same building. I got to talk to these guys on a regular basis. They really enjoyed their program. You're going to need a bachelorate degree when applying for this program, and at the very end of the program, you'll earn your doctorate. Other programs and your more common ways of getting your commission, which will be through some of the other career fields that we've already discussed, include OTS, your officer training school, the HPSP, which is a scholarship program. With this one, you'll actually get out of the Air Force, get selected into a scholarship program through a school. You'll get a stipend that'll help cover daily living costs, along with get your school paid for through this scholarship program. And then the last way to get selected into a commission is through direct accession. This is a civilian to commission program where basically you finish school, you pay for everything by yourself, and then after the end of school, you get commissioned into the military service through a recruiting program. Next, we're going to talk about some of the different educational information that you're going to need to get into some of these programs. So the BSc educational information located on the Knowledge Exchange, also known as the KX, is going to be available at this website listed here. The Air Force Knowledge Exchange on this specific link has program information for the 3 specialty programs I listed above, the Clinical Psychology Program, IPAP Program, and the Baylor Physical Therapy Program. All right, you guys take care and have a great day.